are your mentors?
I've really been blessed. I've had a slew of mentors. I've had mentors who I didn't even know were mentors. I was too young to realize that they were mentors. And to me, a mentor is more than a guide. A mentor is somebody who you truly believe actually has your best interests at heart, who understands you to a large extent and uses that understanding to advise you to your success. Those are rare people. But I've had mentors ever since high school, basically. Aside from your parents, who are your ultimate mentors, your ultimate, to a large extent, determinators of what portions of your genetic code come out. So it's your upbringing to a large extent. And then it's these strangers that you meet who really should have no vested interest in you whatsoever. You're not their child. And yet, for whatever reason, elect to take the time and effort to provide you with advice or guidance or, at times, significant support when you most need it. And those moments reinforce your good traits. So I've had mentors from parents. My father was very down to earth, served in World War II, Japanese prisoner of war for 3 years. Very down to earth. Difficult individual to please. Sort of Oscar Wilde. I'm always easily satisfied. And then I was fortunate to have a mother who, in essence, was a source of unconditional support and love. No matter what you did, it was wonderful. So you get those two sides of the coin. One, excellence is almost unattainable. And the other side, whatever you do is wonderful. And you become, as happened for myself and my brothers, an unabashed overachiever. That's what you're going to do. You're going to become an overachiever. Because you're seeking to satisfy or to please an individual who is almost impossible to please. Well, you don't realize that until you graduate high school and you go, by that time it's too late. You cannot not work hard. You cannot not give 100%. So, and then you get mentors in high school. You develop. It varies. I mean, I went to a public high school. It was the largest, pretty much the largest high school in the state of New Jersey. I was in the top 20, but 80% of my class went to factories, vocational jobs. 20% went on to college. So I was in the top 20, nothing special. But as luck would have it, my junior year, the high school split in two. And all of a sudden, instead of being like fourth in the class, I was all of a sudden the salutatorian. So you went from being absolutely nothing to being something. And that gave me a swelled head. And so when I applied to college, I applied to just Ivy League schools. And I declined an invitation to visit any campus because I was just too busy. So when it came time to have acceptance notices sent out, I had 4 rejections and a waiting list that did not look very good. I went, damn, I'm not going to college. I'm second in my class, but I'm not going to college. And all my friends are going, well, I'm going here, I'm going there, I'm going. Well, I'm going absolutely nowhere. Then I started getting things from the Coast Guard, other things, and going, I really screwed up. And I was thinking of actually repeating my senior year at a private school, and then reapplying some more. And then I sat down with my English teacher, Sylvia Utley, who was literally no taller than a fire hydrant, but an absolute pistol. And she said, you know, there are colleges west of New Jersey. And she's the one who then basically convinced me to apply to Grinnell College, which is in the middle of Iowa, small school. And I did that in June of my senior year. At that point, I didn't care anymore. I think if I had been evaluated today, I would have been put on Prozac. But back then it was suck it up and, get over yourself. I filled that application out in pencil. I didn't care anymore. I got accepted somewhere in mid-June. Okay, I'm gonna go to Iowa. I don't think I could have gone to Iowa. I was just west of New Jersey. And my sole goal was to go there and do well and transfer back east. I went there and I loved it. I got to do things I could never do. And that made a huge difference. But if it hadn't been for Sylvia Utley, I'm not sure where I would have. But being dropped in the middle of Iowa, fresh out of New Jersey, with no family, no relatives, no support team, that was a really good thing. You had to figure your way and you had to develop your own mechanisms of coping or support or whatever going through. But in retrospect, all this is serendipity. You plan out. You can't plan jack. Life happens. You can have a general plan, but you have to be open to a lot of the side paths that come up. And it's serendipity that determines where you wind up. You wind up, you find something you were never looking for in the first place. But you have to be aware that, wow, that's pretty cool. So let's go here. My advisor in medical school, Gene Bernstein, was wonderful. This is a third-year medical student. I really didn't know what I was going to do. And I went into him to ask him about, what should I do? All I knew was I wanted to go into surgery. And I said, well, there are specialties and this and that, and blah, 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 blah. And you could see I was irritating him because my indecision was just something that he just didn't want to deal with. And he finally looked and he said, listen, there are any number of things you're going to be good at. Your job, pick one and don't look back. Great advice. Great advice. Which is why the answer to one of your other questions is, no, I have absolutely zero regrets. Not a one.